doing something. Oh, look. That seems to work for some reason. Now the question is, what's the audio doing? We have many things that can do what it's supposed to do, and it's not doing it. So go to main again. I will test this. Saying YouTube's not getting enough streaming data.
What does that mean?
Internet too slow, which technically can't be. But the audio is okay. Weird. Audio is very good, actually. Okay, so we're gonna have to take the bitrate down. I get it. That's doable. Just putting the data here.
You want to go back to this?
See, quality is hyperdeck medium. It was way too much data. That would explain it. That would explain it. That should be good now. So, let's see where we're at. It was on hyperdeck medium, and I think if we have this on... This is so weird with it, but I think now we have it on streaming, not on the stuff I would record to the hyperdeck, which of course I can't push into the internet with my current internet connection. Okay, so yeah, I was trying to do this with the Atomos, and I've got an Atomos Shogun Connect, which has a little live button. I just updated the thing, but that had the audio issues, and then I did it with the small Atomos Ninja, which also has the same feature with the connection to the internet, blah, 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 but that wasn't connecting at all. And now I'm doing it with the ATEM, which is actually makes a lot of sense because it's got a big on-air button, but that wasn't connected to the internet. So we actually had to run cables and change DHCPs from manuals. I don't know any of this stuff. I don't... Okay, now we have apparently something that's good. It says quality is good. Now we're gonna, this is just a test, by the way. On Wednesday, Bernd Kiltz and Thomas Bluk are here. And on Thomas Bluk's channel, we're having a live stream. I haven't done a live stream in over 2 years because I just don't have the time. I'm making videos all day long for you people. So I don't really have the time. I spent all day today working on the rant for tomorrow, which isn't even edited, and it's almost 8. I'm this close to finishing it. It's a big one, and it's very ranty about people's quality when it comes to cameras and shit. But now that we have this happening here, and it's technically turning on cameras and pushing a button, maybe live streaming can happen on a certain date, pick the date, and we'll do Q's and A's and things. I'm gonna pull my laptop closer, and I'm actually probably gonna, in the future, if we do the Q's and A's and things, put the chat right here or something. Actually, Leslie could do that.
How do I do that?
I'll be right back.
Super so ein Cutout oder was?
All you gotta do is turn this thing on, and then you have a Mac. Then you make this thing big. You can actually disconnect that. Wait, how do I? Yeah. Chat environment instead of thing. Here we go. Chat. Okay. And then the Mac went where? Do we have a Mac? Oh, you have a Mac. Perfect. Okay, so just we'll close that. Put that chat over there.
Als Ausschnitt.
Yep.
Hier ein Ausschnitt. Wow.
You'll just do key. We'll turn that on. We'll make that DVE, fill source Mac. We'll do size is position size 100. Oh, not 10. Oh, 100. How much does it have to be the full thing? Mask off. Shadow off. Border off. There we go. There it is. See?
Yes, but can't see you anymore.
So the mask has to be on. Top 0, 0, 0. Right 0. There you go. I'm back. Sorry for anyone that's massively annoyed by all this. I'd be too. But now we can talk about the same things. Well, you might not need it on screen, but also don't want to look down there the whole time. So if anyone asks any questions that are relevant, ask them again, because I don't know what you were talking about. Well, Michiel says Leslie should be in the video and I switch. I think that would be better. I would very much enjoy that. Oh my god, why is that? And but Leslie's gonna say nah on that one. How is a voice and picture synchronization? That should be fine. Who do we have here? People. We've got. That she's stressing out, Leslie? Nah, I don't think she cares enough to stress out, right, Leslie?
Stressing out about what?
The video.
I don't care.
Yeah, no, she doesn't care. Do you have a telescope? Planning to get a... What? What? Milogify? I don't even know how to say that. Do you have a telescope? What? No, I don't have a telescope. And what's a Dobsonian? Am I missing things? I don't understand. Leslie, is the chat... Did we make it too big? I think we made it too big.
The bottom is cut off.
Yeah. Can you fix that? Okay. Sorry for all the hiccups, but now we got this down and we can actually do these like that, multicam something, yeah, also including playing and stuff for the future. So we wanted to just do a quick test before we go on the couch and call it a Q&A. Test is finally working now, 40 minutes into it. Thank you, Pete. Favorite 3 amps? There's a question. Dobsonian type of telescope. No, I don't know enough about the stars and shit. I know they're very far away, and some of them are like really big. Like you think like walking down to the street to the chemist. That's like big, but no, that's like really big. Favorite 3 amps. If I had a studio and I needed flexibility and I needed something that does the job, I would have a Syn 50, as I do, and a bunch of modules, because that nails everything, 99% to the T, gives me the flexibility. It's a real tube amp. I would have a Syn 50. I just got an Amplified Nation amp, which is pretty much like a Dumble. Really, really awesome, but I haven't really played that enough. Would I have a Plexi? Maybe? The Tube Workshop stuff, I mean, it really depends on what style. If you give me a style, I can tell you. But as a studio owner, in someone who works in many different styles, 3 might not cut it, except, of course, for the Syn 50, which can do many things. Would I run a modeler? Now, if I have an aux or a Captor X, I would probably want to have real amps. I would want to have a pedal platform, and the Royalist or the Sky King from Tone King would be one of those amps that allows me to do loads of stuff with pedals. And obviously you need something high gainy. But again, the Syn 50 covers that. What else do we have? Hey, Mark. Mark, tell people where they can find the collab. I played on a thing with, I think, a bunch of Filipino dudes, and it's on some channel. It's a shred collab, but then they didn't know that I can't shred, so haha, bad on them. Mark, put the link in the thing there. And at least 1 star is right in front of our Chris, kiss ass. How many bands do you still have in your studio? Are you completely into YouTube now? Okay, Marcus, that's a very good question. I do get asked by bands, hey, can you produce us? But here's the thing. I built the studio when I built the house, or the addition to the house, as a studio to continue working with bands, and I charged $350 a day, which is fair. And those were like, 10-hour days. And then the band comes and says, can you produce us? And I'll tell you one thing, I make quite a bit more money with a single video than $350. And that it takes between, if I add up the product shots and the produce, if I add it all up, that's a full day or maybe a little bit more of work. It really depends on the product. Now I've got a MIDI switcher that takes 2 days just to learn the damn thing. But let's say on average, I could do a video in a day. And why in the world would I work with 4 or 5 musicians in a room that tell me to do stuff I don't want to do, that don't understand where the vision goes, that are arguing with each other, that are using my kitchen and my house and my bathrooms and drag dirt all over my couch for less money than I can make being by myself, having bad reality TV playing while I drink coffee and tea, eat snacks, and edit videos. It's just a solitary job that's much more, I don't want to say much more fun, but I don't have musicians in the house. So why would I bring musicians in the house and argue with them for less money than I can make making these videos? And I have to make these videos because it's just, that's the job, and you got to feed the channel. So even though sometimes it would be a lot of fun to work on albums with people, the Campaign Like Clockwork album is 13 years in the making, and we're not done. And I have to find time and carve out time to mix. And every day I mix that album, which is, half a day for a song, I'm not making videos. And I've got a lot of stuff sitting there waiting to be videoed. Okay? So, it's difficult in terms of getting bands in the studio because unless I do it for the fun of doing it, it doesn't make financial sense. Who is the biggest douchebag I've ever had to deal with? Well, there was a guy who made me a pedal. It was wood and it had a little like burnt in ferret on it, I think. Remember that pedal? No. That's that guy. As an artist, most certainly Sebastian Bach, massive mega douche. In the world of YouTubing, I can think of some YouTubers that I'm not very happy about and rather stay away from. I'm not going to tell you who they are. And I most certainly can think of one or two, maybe three people from brands that are massive douches. Some of them I just step away from. Some of them have a lot of products and cool products, and some of them I've worked with for a long time, but I absolutely dread calling them. And that's the business. I mean, when you work with literally hundreds and hundreds of people, there will be people you don't get along with. Doesn't necessarily mean they're the worst people in the world, but you just have a different approach. What do I think of the Tonex 1 and HX Stomp, or full-size Tonex and a Tonex 1 for metal? Personally, Tonex 1 for metal, what else do you need? Now it's got effects. You need a clean sound, you need a metal sound, you're done. It's killer. I just got the Nano Cortex, which is also for metal pretty damn killer. Sleeker, minimalistically different approach, but a Tonex 1 at that price, do you really need the big one? It's bigger, it's got more presets, it's got more foot clickies, but I mean for metal, you need the chugger and that's it, and probably not even a clean. So I would honestly, over an HX1, no wait, HX what? HX Stomp, Tonex 1, this tiny, you're done. YouTube is tossing in ads, and trust me, I tried to turn that off when it's a new thing because I haven't live streamed in 2 years. I went in, set up the live stream, and YouTube said, we're gonna do mid-rolls, how do you want them? I'm like, I would rather not have them. And then it said, we can do them randomly. I'm like, we can do them based on the viewer. And then I set the distance between them to the maximum I could, but I couldn't opt for fucking don't do ad. So I'm sorry about that. Okay, Daniels? Your name is Daniels? Am I reading that correctly? My eyes don't work. I'm old. Daniels. Mansfield. You're getting into guitar cover videos and you want to play over the original track. Well, I get it because it's a lot less work than actually, redoing the track or whatever, but why would you do that? Because then you can absolutely not monetize it in any way. And then, of course, you're fighting with the guitars in the track. What I would recommend is using a stem separation tool. There are some online tools. I use RX11 from Isotope, and get the guitars out of there and replace it with yours. Because that exists now. You can actually get stems separated for a mix, take the guitars out, replace them with yours. You're still running into monetization issues. If that's why you're doing it, I don't know. I don't know if you can make money with that or not. But maybe for a lot of people, YouTube isn't about money, which is a good thing. I always say if you get into YouTube because you want to be a YouTuber and make money, don't do it. Let's see, should I read Michiel's question?
No.
But the question is legit. Why don't you feed the animals? Because I always say we need money to feed the animals, and Michiel, he sees that, Michiel, we feed the animals. We feed your stupid wiener, who's here right now. We're taking care of Michiel's dog, who just, by the way, ripped down Leslie's Schuhschrank, and there were what are Scherben? Shards of, and everything was everywhere.
My piggy bank.
He broke her piggy bank. So shut it, Michiel. Oh God, Landon, that's gonna be trolly. One of my dreams is to have a slumber party with you with bunk beds like in Step Brothers. Well, Landon, in January, we're gonna do exactly that. Wait, are you gonna be on top? Or are you a bottom? We'll figure that out. Landon and I sleeping together. Do I need to bring a pajama? Is a good isolated power supply with built-in battery that you can recommend for a medium pedal board? Or are they, I'm gonna say with built-in battery, I haven't encountered a good one. I would recommend the Chox 4, which is 4x660. And that has a USB-C input. And you can actually run that with the power bank. You can run a, what's that, Helix, not Helix, Line 6 Pod Go with that for hours. If you're looking for more, I don't know. What's going on? Wait. Sorry, Alex, for ruining your wallet. Can we live stream at GS7? Oh God. I'm not even gonna go there. No, you can't. Maybe you can. Moises quite a full. Oh, thank you, Moises. I haven't tried that. Hey Marcus, Our Last Page, yeah, that's a good song. Do I have this as a proper audio track? No, because what's the point? Putting that on Spotify, then, yeah, people want stuff for free, and I don't think musicians shouldn't get paid. So I have it as a proper audio track, but it's not available anywhere. It's just as a YouTube video. Rip it if you want. You have my blessing, but no, I don't upload my music to any of the streaming platforms. Who's got the time? Not my thing. Mighty Light BT Mark II. I don't know what that is. Why is that table not clean? You mean the one in the back, Valeria? Valeria lived here for a month, and apparently this is her place. And I'll do it. Summer cable. By the way, summer cable, best cables.
No, it's still in the picture. She doesn't want it in the picture.
Well, she doesn't. Why she cannot want it in the picture? I don't care. She's not the boss of me. Well, technically, when she is here, she's the boss of me. But okay. Just sent me the bill. He says, "Well, that's not how it works. I still owe you lots of money, Michiel." And he didn't rip it off. Well, it came off the wall, but it didn't rip out of the wall. We could reattach it. And of course, it wasn't his fault. He's a cutie. What I think, Landon, is a solid switch. Oh my God, I don't want to. USB powering. Yeah, get the Chox 4 and power that. It's only 4 outputs, but it's 4 660 outputs, so you can probably daisy chain a bit. But I think that's your best bet for going battery powered. Will there be another G4M review? Gear4 Music is sponsoring 3 Sunday rants, so thank you to Gear4 Music for that. The first one tomorrow. It's a big one. And I get really pissed off in the middle. And you'll see. And yes, they're sending another guitar. 529, I don't know. I'll know when it's here. Thank you for the question, Niels. Ricky, have I ever thought about putting out an autobiography? About what? I'm just some guy in a small German town. No. Who cares about me? What was the audio issue? I don't know. It arrived fine. So I have this Atomos Shogun Connect, which is hooked up wirelessly to the internet, and anything that arrives in the Shogun Connect, you can just hit live once you fed it with your stream key, and then it goes live. It's very convenient. In the Shogun Connect, when hooking up the headphones, the audio was fine. So something happened in the encoding going into the net where the audio issue occurred. And of course, I have no control over that. So I could try different quality settings maybe, but apparently this is working. Oh man, Arthur, you are the nicest. Thank you so much. What, wait, I've got to, thank you. You're welcome, Valeria. Also, I could have bet $1,000, but yeah, I could have bet $1,000 that you would be in this live stream. Now Valeria and Michelle are fighting about the house. When are the Tonex captures being released? Please get on my case about that. I have to do it. I also have to release the ones from Gear Street for a good cause, which we did, and more on that later. Their process of getting that stuff up is extremely complicated, and I just have a shit ton of stuff to do. I will do that though. Valeria, the post office is not 100% yours. I've paid some of it off already. Nux Mighty Light BT Mark II, the desktop combo amp. I have not tried it. Sorry. Hey, Jom. What do I think about the new Dragon Age? Is that a video game or a band? That's what I think about it. Right now, the Sully is one of my favorite guitars for sure. The Shabbat Puma is a phenomenal guitar. The Panucci, the Palantir one that I have, the one with the two P90s, is a phenomenal guitar. They are just as good as it gets when it comes to tonal development and all that stuff. We're gonna have to stop here soon because the dog needs his pills. But that Sully, it's visually stunning, it's light, it's got a beautiful neck, the tone is as good as it gets on any guitar I've ever played, and the scale length and everything just speaks to me. It's an amazing guitar. But it's also $5,500. It better be freaking amazing. Has my opinion on captures profiles changed? No, I still think that it's ethically not great. And I actually think it's much better not to know. And I'll tell you why. Let me quickly see if there's anything else. Thank you, Lennon. That's good to know. That audio and video are great. The Tonex editor is convoluted. Yeah, maybe. But here's why I think we shouldn't know what amp is profiled. So I got the Nano Cortex, and the Nano Cortex does not have a screen, right? The only way to know what's in the Nano Cortex is to go into the app. And there you see, those profiles. So it's got 5 banks of 5 profiles and 1 bank of 5 IRs. And you can go on the actual unit, go click, 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 click through the 5 banks, and then there's a dial, and you've got 5 profiles per bank, meaning 5 times 5, 25, math is hard. And when I got it, I didn't connect it to the app. I just clicked through them, dialed in, did the IR. But I did not know what I was playing. So when you see angle, you're gonna go and say, I'm gonna play metal with that. You'll see Fender something. You'll see Dumble. You see 5150. Your mind goes into these assumptions of what it's supposed to be. You're playing a certain style, and then you immediately assume you have to do a certain amp in that style. But by not having knowledge over what was profiled and just listening, what I did was the banks go up in gain. So I went to bank 3. I want a little bit more gain, and then the amps go up in gain. Bank 4, click, click. Oh, I like this. Did the IRs. Oh, I like this IR. And then I played, and I recorded. You remember the song Unite? That is on the channel. Some of you might have seen that. With Marco V. Yeah, that's the song Unite. And when I recorded that, loved the sound. And I picked the cab that I thought was the fattest, the metalist, the biggest. You would obviously go to a certain metal amp, and you most certainly would go to a 412, right? Because that's what our assumptions tell us about the style. But by not having that information, because I ignored the app, I later found out that I was playing an amp, I don't know what it was, that I would have probably not dialed in, with a 112. Did you know? No, sounds fantastic. Did I know? No, didn't give a shit. Because the display didn't tell me. So my whole problem with profiling isn't that people profile amps. It is that they name the amps based on the actual companies and amps that they have profiled, because people don't want a sound. You guys don't give a shit about a sound. You want to own a Soldano in profile form. Even when it might not be the right thing for what you're doing. And people say, well, it gives us a direction. No, use your ears. In Tonix, if you had no information and you just scrolled through the profiles, you're going to stop at the one that will do the fucking job. If you have no idea what the cabs are and you just scroll through them, you stop at the one that does the fucking job, that feels right, right? Now, if that's an 8-inch cab and some old-ass Fender thing, but it's the best metal sound you've ever heard, does it matter? You would never pick that, because your assumptions of what it's supposed to be ruin your selection of the sounds. And what I love about the quad cortex is the nano cortex. The quad cortex tells you. The nano cortex just makes you listen, dial it in, done. I love that. Because I dialed in a sound with gear I would have never picked. And it was a sound that was phenomenal. So my problem with profiling is that we deal with assumptions, and we start being collecty gear whores and profile whores, and I want the next profile, and I need that Dumble. Do you even play Dumbles? No, but you think you have this amazingly expensive amp, and you need that other 5150 with the 34s. Can you even tell the difference? If it's about making music, it doesn't matter what was profiled. And if we leave away the names, I got zero issue with profiling. I have an issue with companies putting hundreds of thousands in marketing and making the product mean something, and then other companies benefiting from that by saying, I profiled this Engel, and then Engel didn't get shit for it. That's my issue. Generally, talking about this, profilers sound great. They are super practical. It's convenient. It's less expensive. When I profile something, whether it's Tonix or with the Nano Cortex, which I've done, which is brilliant and the smallest standalone profiler you can have, and I go to the source, the amp still blooms differently. There's nothing that can, in context, it's all good. But the A/B, you stick with the amp. If you go into a studio, you're going to use an amp if it's there. You will. And a profiler, through some kind of Class D power amp, is never going to sound like a tube amp in the room. In the room, it's different. Recorded, Very, 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 very close. Not 100% there, but 99.8. Okay, I guess we have to. I'm really, really sorry that we messed up this whole stream, but hey, it was we're getting back into it, and maybe we'll do this once a week, a certain evening. Seems that 87 of you are still here, which is crazy for me. You understand that there's TV, Netflix, Amazon Prime, all that stuff. You know there's internet pornography, right? Why in the world would you watch me talk about the ethics of profiling when there's free internet pornography? I don't understand, but okay, that's your choice, and that's weird. You have a weird kink. Moin, sagt Wellenstrom. Sorry, Wellenstrom, that you just came in, and we have to cut this short because the dog needs his epilepsy pill.
I could give it to him and come right back if you want to continue.
Nah, it's okay. Wait, what recommendation does Michiel want? I missed this. Did you read that? No. Okay. Again, we will do this. Now it's working. Thanks for sticking with us. Sorry this was short.
Oh, recommendations probably for porn.
Recommendations for porn. Look, everyone's different. I can't speak. I mean, I actually can speak for Michiel, right? Sadly, I know what he prefers. Michiel, I can send you links. But better not. Thank you for watching. We will do tomorrow. Watch it. All of you are content creators. You are, because you post shit online. And if you do that, you should watch tomorrow's video. It's eye-opening, I think. It opened my eyes. I thought, well, I'll finish editing it now. And thank you so much. We're going to hit stop and see when this actually stops. No animals at the end, because that doesn't... Do you have CBD oil for dog? Tried it? No, he's getting Pexion. Leslie, are you proud of that and know what it's called?
I am shocked.
Pexion. Bruno gets Cardalis. It's for his heart.
Yeah, and what else?
Oh, what else?
What about for his pain?
For his pain? Gabapentin.
Yeah, good. Good, you're getting good.
And anti-alchitrol.
No.
What? No? So yeah, we'll do more of this because it seems that you guys have questions. Let's answer them once a week. How about that? Leslie, can we do that?
I'll hate it, but sure.
She'll hate it. You can also ask questions for Leslie. She'll answer them and I'll relay them. Maybe we give her a mic. That's not gonna happen. Thank you so much. Let's see. Hit the stop button. Let's see how long it takes for this to stop.